You ever have one of those days where the universe seems dead set on testing your patience? I mean, I'd barely gotten off the highway playlist, finally back after 3 weeks of static up in Washington. And for maybe 60 seconds, I'm in my happy place. Old blues harmonica pine trees, my own land at the end of a gravel road, just waiting for the kind of silence you can only earn. No more government contracts, no phone barking in my ear, just the wood smoke and a shot at a peaceful evening. Yeah, that's what I thought anyway. But the second I round that last bend and catch sight of my ranch gate, my stomach drops. Bam! Peace shattered. There's a big white Ford Expedition right in front of my gate with HOA compliance unit plastered on the side in blue vinyl like some overzealous mall cop on steroids. My first thought, Halloween prank, right? Or some kids messing around with decals. But then I see them. 5 guys in matching Navy uniforms scattered all over my property like a bad episode of Cops. One's on my porch poking at a tablet. 2 are dragging something looked like a rolled-up rug, but for all I know, it's my camping gear straight out of my house. The other 2 strolling near my barn like it's their weekend cabin. Now let me tell you, after 20 years in cybersecurity, watching bureaucrats redraw maps and governments cross lines they shouldn't, I've learned one thing: always record first, ask questions second. So I grab my phone, switch on the camera, and walk right up. No yelling, no threats, just steady steps and a look that says, "Try me." The guy on my porch doesn't even blink. He holds up a gloved hand like he's directing traffic, says, "Sir, please remain where you are. We've received a report of potentially abandoned property. We're conducting a compliance assessment." Compliance assessment. On my land, I tell him, this is private property, not a strip mall. He just keeps scrolling his tablet, spitting out some line about revised jurisdictional boundaries and how Silver Butte HOA now has perimeter authority here. Gotta check for habitability and safety. That's when I lose it, but not in the way they expect. Rage, yeah, but cold. I tell him flat out, "You're out of your damn mind. This is registered ag land independent estate. Never been, never will be under HOA thumb." I step closer. He blocks me, all official. "For your safety and ours, stand back." I can see through the open door, my living room half gutted. They're treating it like a repo. I back off. Hit speed dial sheriff's office, dispatcher picks up. "This is Matt Wilson, Route 12, Red Hollow. 5 intruders claiming HOA authority broken into my home, need a unit now." I don't even wait for the answer, just hang up and start circling the house. Yeah, the back gate's open, motion light hanging by a wire. My security panel custom encrypted system I built myself ripped wide open. Not bypassed, not hacked, just torn to pieces. This wasn't some mix-up, this was deliberate. And that's the moment it stops being about some fake HOA muscle flex. That's my sanctuary, my line in the sand. And they kicked in the door like it was foreclosure Friday at the local trailer park. 15 minutes tops, and here comes the cavalry. Sheriff's cruiser, then a county car, lights rolling up the dust. I watch those HOA tough guys start to sweat. One drops whatever he's holding. The sheriff deputy Gorman guys, all business, handled some cattle disputes for me a few years back. Steps out, gives me a nod. "Matt, you called in a trespass." Damn right. 5 individuals, no ID, inside my house claiming jurisdiction under Silver Butte HOA. Gorman turns to the porch spots, tablet guy now standing at full attention. Then, like some bad sitcom, up pulls a black Lexus. Out steps Karen Lockwood. Yeah, you know the type, tall, overdressed heels, sinking in the gravel manila folder clutched like it's the Constitution. Walks straight past me right up to the officers. "Officers, I'm president of Silver Butte HOA. We have authorization for compliance inspections, anonymous report, unsecured house wellness check, blah, blah." Gorman's not having it. "Karen, this is private land, not your jurisdiction." She waves her folder. "We just expanded our perimeter approved last month. Here's the new map." I just smile, walk to my truck, hand Martinez County Code. Enforcement level-headed, always hated mailbox drama, the laminated county deed, the USDA exemption parcel map. She flips through deadpan. Karen, these documents say he's outside your overlay. No jurisdiction here. Karen's face twitches, but she's not done yet, claims. Their maps say otherwise. They've already sent notices. I cut in, dead serious. Your people broke into my house, trashed my system, stole my stuff, and you're waving around a coloring book. Gorman nods, asks for footage. I hold up my phone. Cameras were killed, but system logs, everything breach, location time, all backed up. Karen's getting shaky now, calling it a misunderstanding, just protecting the community. Gorman's had enough. Not here, Karen. Officers start documenting everything. I watch arms crossed as they photograph my broken lock and interview the compliance unit, who, by the way, turn out to be volunteers with zero legal status. Volunteers who break and enter, mind you. Karen's pacing, whispering into her phone, probably speed dialing her lawyer. Martinez leans over. Did they really rip out your security panel? I nod, like a kid's lunchbox. But it logged their prints. That earns a real smile from her. That'll help. They take everyone's ID. Tablet guy cracks. We're just helping Miss Lockwood. Yeah, helping her straight into a felony. After about 30 minutes, the cops wrap up, promise to file a report and assign a case number. I know this isn't over, hell. It's just getting started. Once the dust settles, I clean up boot prints, sweep gravel off the porch, and stare at my battered front door. Twisted lock wires everywhere. These jokers weren't pros, just petty crooks with matching polos. But I'm not some soft target either. I go inside, pull my backup drive from the breaker box, triple redundant, solar-backed, the kind of system that makes hackers cry. It's all there. Logs, thermal triggers, boot pressure, hell, I could fingerprint them with duct tape. I encrypt the data, upload a copy to my offshore vault, and then call the only lawyer I trust, Jane Tomlin. She listens to the whole story, half horrified, half ready for blood. We file civil, immediately trespass, destruction, false authority, tampering with a federal system. You said NSA chips. That's a federal charge. I grin. Oh, it's NSA spec. She's already drafting the suit. By midnight, the paperwork is filed, logs, photos, maps, every bit notarized. Even that fake map Karen tried to pass as law. And here's the kicker, Jane's firm partners with a watchdog group. Abuse of HOA authorities their jam. My case perfect test. I finally feel a little satisfaction. Let them learn what it means when you pick the wrong fight. Next morning, though, my so-called peace gets another kick in the teeth, this time from the feds. 2 unmarked gray SUVs, DEA vests. I step out, arms up. You boys lost. They say they got an anonymous tip about drugs on my land. I laugh, can't help it. You got played. You want to check for meth? Be my guest, but you'll find more firewalls than fertilizer. I walk them through my server room real quick, Ramirez says. This guy's logs are airtight. I show them timestamps, system hacks, even tell them about my lawsuit. They nod, file it as a false lead, and drive off. As they disappear, I realize this isn't just about land. Karen's trying to torch my whole life, ruin my name. And sure enough, by dinner, my phone's blowing up. Heard you got raided. Are you in jail? Local Facebook groups are buzzing with rumors, all planted just vague enough to poison the well. Someone's fanning the flames, and all roads lead right back to Karen. I fight back the only way I know, digital. I post everything, logs, fake maps, photos, even my lawsuit on every site I can. By morning, it's viral. Local news camps out at my gate, Martinez gives a statement. No HOA jurisdiction here, not even close. Karen gone. Radio silence. Then come the emails, anonymous tips, burner accounts. Names of the fake patrol guys, one with a dead security license, one convicted of impersonating an officer. Internal documents show Karen's new map is a Photoshop job, never even filed, just a power play. She's not just targeting me, but half a dozen other properties, handing out fines and threats to folks outside her reach. It all leads up to her nephew Trevor. Ex-security lost his license after assault charges. Yeah, he's the guy who tore out my panel. Now it's clear Karen's HOA isn't a neighborhood, it's a private little mafia. Jane's loving it calls the DA, who confirms no official map, no expansion, nothing legal. Suddenly, Karen's got more problems than an expired weed whacker warranty. 2 of her compliance officers get arrested. She gets a formal criminal investigation notice. Her army disappears, and the infamous SUV is stripped of its decals. Bet it's hiding behind someone's shed right now. But I'm not letting up. I update my story tag, the DA share, every arrest, every fake map, every dirty secret. Next thing you know, the news explodes. Headline: Fake Patrol, Real Crimes, HOA accused of running illegal security force. Suddenly it's not about dues or lawn height, it's about control, about someone confusing authority with actual power. Now comes the courtroom drama. Karen's fancy lawyer tries to block the release of HOA records. Judge isn't having it. In 30 seconds flat, he orders every internal email, map, meeting note turned over. Turns out, she tried the same stunt with 5 other homeowners, sent fake violation notices, even tried towing an RV off private land. Board members jump ship, cut deals. Karen's scheme unravels. By the time my story hits a Denver podcast, there's a crowd outside the HOA office. Signs everywhere. Not our queen. Private property isn't community property. Karen tries to sneak out the back, hiding behind a magazine, and that's the first time I really laughed since this all started. Jane texts me trial date set, but Karen wants to settle. I tell her, no way, we go all the way. Court is quick. Judge lists the charges: forgery, conspiracy, unlicensed security, tampering with federal systems, attempted annexation. Karen's lawyer sputters. Evidence is a landslide, fingerprints, logs, video, you name it. Verdict: Karen personally liable. HOA fined $240,000 assets. Frozen. 2 officers facing jail. I get damages. But the best part: Judge looks Karen in the eye and says, this court recognizes Mr. Wilson's property as an autonomous estate, legally exempt from HOA authority. Let this serve as precedent. Private property is not subject to manufactured governance. Karen slinks out her house, up for sale a month later. HOA board cleaned out new sign at the entrance, oversight subject to verification. I upgraded my security, added a live stream feature that beams intruders straight to 6 journalists. And wouldn't you know it, Karen reappears on TikTok, of all places, sobbing about how she just wanted to help the community. I pour myself a whiskey grin and comment, you broke into my house, Karen. So let me ask you, when does a community's need for order cross the line into outright theft? Where's the line between rules and rights? If you've got your own battle scars from HOAs, drop a comment. Let's talk about where justice ends and overreach begins. And hey, if you're ever driving by Silver Butte, watch for new signs. The real kind, not the ones people just make up as they go.